Metro.
Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. It's a beautiful morning, and of course that's the usual introduction we give Amaya, but today there's something exciting that I haven't felt on the other days, because today is all about inspiration. It's all about doing something new, and it's all about getting up on your feet no matter how hard you fall. Yeah?
Definitely, Banu. I couldn't have said it better myself. And we've been speaking to two extraordinary young gentlemen on the show, straight down from Britain, and they've come to Sri Lanka after 10 years, right after the Boxing Day tsunami that happened back in 2004. And they've recovered from their tragedy, and they've bounced back in a grand way, I would say. And we've been speaking to some of their friends as well as the people who've helped them along the way. And right now with us, we have someone else who's been with them through the Gandhi's days, and that's Lee Thompson. He is a photographer. He's been working for London newspapers such as The Sun and the Daily Telegraph, and you're now here with Rob and Paul, and you're documenting their journey with Gandhi's.
Absolutely, yeah. I first met Rob and Paul going back about 2 years ago, where I went to their house in southwest London. It was like a small 2-bedroom flat with lots of ideas all over the wall, and it was on the drawing board type stage. And I've seen them, I couldn't help but be incredibly inspired by these two amazing lads. And it's gone from there, really. I've formed a friendship. I'm now on the Gandhi's Foundation.
And you're the official photographer.
Yeah, the official photographer. They've even invited me along to Sri Lanka, so I can't complain, really.
And now you're on the show as well.
Yeah, and now I find myself sitting next to them. Yeah, absolutely. With my Gandhi's flip-flops on. But yeah, no, they're just incredibly inspiring, and they have a can-do attitude, which is, why can't they be a massively successful company?
Some of the favourite moments along this journey that you've managed to capture for you personally?
I think generally just it's seeing them go from such those two in a bedroom to having a massive office. I went into their office last week, and it's full of people, it's thriving. Just generally, not necessarily the photographs I've been taking, but just seeing how they've gone from nothing to massively successful in less than a few years. I'm
sure that journey has been...
Exactly, looking back at the first image of the first bedroom that you all started, as you said.
It is in there,
It is in here. If you can take a close shot of it, it's right over here. And
otherwise, I'm sure they can go onto your Facebook page or your website as well and check out where you started off.
Exactly, and it's a long journey from that point onwards. Over the years, you've managed to accomplish so much. Over the years, what's been your favorite moment?
Do you know what? There's a lot of different moments in there.
Pick one, man. Pick one. I don't know if
it's a loaded question, though.
It's a very loaded question.
I think for me, at the moment, it's just driving towards that one particular moment about marking the 10th year anniversary. That will then be the favourite moment in the journey. So at the moment,
but it's yet to come.
It's yet to come.
Over the years, I'm asking, is there been one moment that you would like to refresh and say, you know what, this is a moment that I will never, ever forget?
Walking around Downing Street was pretty cool in Gandhi's. That was pretty good fun.
It's not something anyone else gets to do, is it?
And I think it's common for the both of you on that.
There's and another great one for us has been Richard Branson is kind of one of the most iconic British billionaires, and kind of he does a lot of charity work, and he's big on social enterprise as well. So building companies that have more than kind of just let's make profit. It's let's make profit with purpose. To then go and action good projects, etc. And to get him on board with what we're doing, and he now puts them there on Necker Island, so where he lives on his exotic island. They've got them, anyone that stays on their island, in which they have to pay £30,000 each night to stay there.
Okay.
Wow.
Not cheap, but they get a pair of ganders when they stay. So that's quite cool as well, that when people go on the island, they get a pair of ganders. So
nice.
That is very cool. Alright, so Gandhis have gone a long way as well.
Yeah. Literally, Richard Branson was pictured, wasn't he?
Yeah,
sitting in Necker Island. It was fantastic.
Yeah, great.
Lee, what's your future perspective, looking into the future from what you do as a photographer? Do you have any future aspirations when it comes to Gandhis?
Yeah, well, I mean, as I said, they're incredibly inspirational, and it's But not only that, I mean, obviously my work is as a photographer, but they've actually inspired me to run my own business as well. So myself and my partner have become sort of good friends with Rob and Paul, and they've just inspired us to start our own business. So, and I really think they're inspiring many other people to start a business too. Yeah, it's just
definitely,
and it's fun.
On that note, if someone does want to contribute or someone wants to find out more information, how can they do that, Rob?
They can join us on our social media, which is Gandhi's Flip Flops, or they can come to our website, which is gandhisflipflops.com. If they Google Gandhi's, will come up, and then you can find out more information and kind of you just get a bit more idea about everything that we're doing, and obviously follow the journey as well. So as we keep going, they can now watch what we're doing.
Alright, so there you go. If you do want to contribute to this cause and really help something that's going into people who are less fortunate and who will go into uplift their lives, it is a great worthy cause, and you'll also get a great pair of flip-flops into the bargain. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. Manu's in. We hope.
Good morning, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to the show. I hope that Amaya and Banu are doing quite well outside the studio, because I kicked them off because I have a very special guest. Well, if you're wondering who I am, my name is Anu. Too bad that you didn't know all this time if you didn't. Well, I hope that you're inspired this morning, because Amaya and Banu were speaking about a very inspirational duo who have actually inspired the entire youth of their generation. Right now, I have another inspirational person who has got a lot of things to talk about something very, very special that's going to happen on the 20th of November, Wednesday, at the Cinnamon Lakeside, Colombo. So let's, without further ado, let's talk about this fashion show, this event, which is actually comprising of a fashion show called Passport to Fashion, with Latika Alok, who's here with us today. Good morning.
Good morning, Anu.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
This is your first time at Good Morning Sri Lanka, right?
Yes, it is.
So how are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, from every single person who comes on the show, the first thing I ask is whether they're a morning person. Are you a morning person?
I am a morning person.
Okay.
I do wake up early in the morning to be with my daughter, which is really important to me. She's a student.
All right.
Yes. So 5:30 in the morning, my body clock goes off.
Awesome.
So no matter what time I go to bed.
Well, the audience must be wondering, so you're a mom?
I am.
Nice. It doesn't show, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You look very young for your age.
Mother of 2 children. I have a son, 16, who's just gone to boarding school.
That's great.
In the UK, and I have a daughter who's 14.
Okay. So Latika, let's talk about Passport to Fashion, which is going to be held on the 20th of November, and you have organized this VIP Ladies Night for the second time. So for the people out there who have very less details about what's going to happen on Wednesday, tell us something brief about Passport to Fashion.
Okay. Well, first of all, Ladies VIP Night has been created for ladies to come together to celebrate friendships, to make new ones, bond with old ones,
Yes.
In a safe and fun environment.
Okay.
But more importantly, for every event we do, because this is a series of events, we actually have a charity element attached to it.
Right.
And that's really important. So basically, our VIP ladies come out to party for a cause.
Okay. That's awesome. Partying for a cause. Interesting. You can have fun as well as contribute something to the community. That's amazing.
That's
so,
right.
how did you come up with this concept, Latika? Because I know that you have had another event previously in May, which was sold out.
Yes, it
and
was.
you mentioned to me before we started recording that it was one of the greatest VIP ladies' nights that happened in Colombo, because that's what the feedback you got, right?
That's right.
So
well,
tell me about that. Yeah.
The feedback that I got generally was that it was the biggest ladies' night ever organised in Colombo.
Nice.
So I was really proud to be part of that.
Yes.
And it went off extremely well. It was at the Cinnamon Lakeside at that time too. This event that we're having is called Passport to Fashion. And we're going to be, we've got a charity auction as part of the event, and all the proceeds for the charity goes to Stephanie
Srivastava Foundation. Yes, that's
right.
Awesome. And how did you initiate this kind of event? Who gave you the idea that, okay, let's have a big VIP ladies night? Was it your idea or somebody else just pulled it into your head?
It was very much my idea. In that, I mean, firstly, I strongly believe that if you empower women, women in turn help their families.
Right.
And if families are helped, then the community is helped. If we build a strong community, I think that helps to build a strong country.
That's amazing.
So that was really my aim for ladies, and we wanted to, with the charity, we wanted to ensure that we maximised on fundraising. Also, as part of the VIP night, we promote businesses in Sri Lanka, and that's an important aspect to the event. I also run a fashion business, so partly it was so that I could help promote and network within Colombo for my business, and also bring together businesses from Gaul and Colombo, and hopefully we're going to widen our sources, and we could come together to network on all aspects of business.
Alright, so this Ladies' Night is apparently having so many reasons to, get together. You said that it's also to have fun. People can make new friends as well as meet with old friends. I also know that there's going to be a very, very interesting fashion show, which is going to be held with all the very important brands around Colombo. So how did you get all this together? I mean, tell us a bit about the inspiration that you got to have this event again tomorrow after May. I mean, how many people have come up to you and said, how was the feedback of people, and how did they come up to you and said, okay, Radhika, let's have one more Ladies' Night, and this is going to be the type of Ladies' Night in November. What is different from May than in November?
Well, everybody said to me that they really enjoyed the last one. It was very unique. It was unique in the sense that we have fashion, we have shopping, we have dining, we have networking, and we have dancing, and it's all under one roof.
Yes, that's amazing.
So I think people enjoyed that. I think in Colombo you have, a lot of businesses are, scattered around, and it was nice to be able to bring in a lot of the premier vendors under one roof for ladies to come in and shop in a more luxurious manner, more comfortable manner, and have fun with it.
Yes, of course, and everything that a lady needs.
Yes, we had. Yeah, that's right. I mean, for the last event, we had pampering services. We offered 10 minutes complimentary reflexology. We had salons that demonstrated non-surgical face treatments, and so ladies sort of had a good time just browsing around at different tables and buying, and it went off extremely well.
It's a good treat that you can give yourself. Ladies out there, watch out. This is going to happen tomorrow. Okay, more details on that later. So, Latika, you were saying that this is basically a fundraiser.
Yes.
For the Stephanie Srivardhana Foundation. Tell us a bit about what Stephanie is aiming to do through her foundation.
Okay, Stephanie is building a halfway home, a transitional home, where for basically sexually abused young women and children. And this home will actually help reintegrate the women and children back into society by offering them counselling and helping them to gain their self-respect and confidence back. So I felt that was an important charity.
That's very, very important.
That I could be involved with.
That's great.
And most of all my charities that Ladies VIP Night will be involved with will have something to do with women and children, because that's
what your ambition is.
What's important to me.
That's amazing. I personally think that what Stephanie is doing, what you're doing right now, is very important, because most of the young women and children who are abused think that all of that happened to them is their fault.
Yes.
They tend to be very less confident and very shy. They feel like they're humiliated. So to get their confidence back, their self-esteem back, you have to work very, very hard. And to make them absorb themselves into a transitional home, which will actually give them and reintegrate their confidence and refurbish their lives. I think that's amazing. That's amazing that what she's doing.
I think it is. I think she's doing an amazing job, and it definitely is something which is very much needed.
Of course. Okay, so more on Latika and more on Passport to Fashion after this short commercial break. Don't go anywhere.